morning and welcome to day 3 of a week in the life of an underemployed academic. I have just dropped my daughter off at school. I think I'm starting to get used to the school run. It's so busy. Her primary school is right next door to another primary school and it is mayhem in the morning, and it is so incredible, just the noise and the movement and everything going on. So I've got my coffee and I'm heading today into the British Library. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I have several options. Until quite recently I had my daughter at home on Wednesdays. She wasn't in nursery on Wednesdays. So I feel like Wednesdays are like a bit of a reclaimed free-for-all, do whatever you feel like day. That is until next week when I start teaching, and then Wednesdays will be one of my full-on teaching prep days in my plan. So I'm going to get into the library and I'm going to finish off the Larson chapter that I started reading last night, and then I'm just going to see what I feel like working on. I imagine after that I'll probably feel like working on the Athena article, but I've had some feedback on my research statement for a job application, so I could do a bit of that as well. And then I'm having coffee with Freya this afternoon. And so I'll check back in with you when I'm at the British Library. Bye! It is about 12:20. And I'm just leaving the British Library. I was feeling cold and hungry, so I thought I'll go get my jumper from my locker and I'll go and get a sandwich. I'm having coffee with Freya at 2, so I thought if I have a quick early lunch now, then I don't have to worry about it then. So this morning I've been reading and faffing about with cancelling my old Sky broadband. So that's, unfortunately, that has kind of eaten into my day and patience. So I've really just been reading. I've been reading the Larson book. Oh my God, I cannot recommend this book enough. It is so interesting. It is such an easy and accessible approach to Greek religion, and specifically the cognitive study of religion. And she just writes in such a beautiful, eloquent way, and it's so easy to follow. And I just can't recommend it enough. I also believe it's actually quite cheap to buy. I think it's only about £27. So for a book, a brand new book, I just got dripped on. For a brand new book on Greek religion, that's amazing. Unfortunately, we all know that academic publishing is very expensive, and so underemployed academics are priced out of their libraries, but this one is not. So I'm going to go and get a sandwich, then I'm going to head back. I'm going to try and do some actual writing today. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I just need to do it. And because I'm going into hospital tomorrow, so I'll be doing lots of reading in hospital, but perhaps not have time to do any writing, so I'm not really sure. But anyway, that's what's coming up, so I'll check back in when I'm coming out for coffee. Bye! So, being in a position where you have very limited money as an or very underemployed person who lives in London and still pays London rent, and has a child, and things are not easy financially, but it does give me some appreciation. So I have started doing this thing where I buy as many of my essential toiletries and bits and pieces as I can at Boots and build up my Boots points. And then when I've got lots of Boots points, I buy a homeless person lunch and a treat, because I know how much a small thing like a chocolate bar actually can be, a really big thing to a person who can't normally justify buying a chocolate bar, who is kind of literally living from pound to pound. So I think that that's one really good thing that has come out of my situation, is that while I always had, obviously always had a strong compassion and empathy, I had no real experience of doing without. And I am absolutely not trying to say that my situation is in any way comparable to the situation of a homeless person or a single mother on benefits who lives in a council estate and is kind of like facing her electricity being cut off. In that way, I am privileged to be in the position that I'm in that, I can afford, actually, in a very tightly controlled way, I can afford to do this work, to basically work full time without a full-time paycheck. So without touching too much on the financial side of unemployment and underemployment, which is a big thing generally and is obviously a thing that affects academics as well as everybody else, I just feel like that maybe if I can do things to make other people feel a bit better. And on a selfish side, it makes me feel better that I'm doing something to help somebody else. So that's really all I have to say. I'm going to go and eat my sandwich and my Kit Kat that I bought. And hopefully the very young man that I bought lunch for will have a bit more. Whether that is, not needing to buy lunch, and so maybe we'll be able to afford a night in a hostel, or whatever the case may be. I know it's not much. I know that I can't do very much, but doing the small things that we can do, they do make a difference. Okay, I'll check back in with you when I come out for coffee. Okay, bye. It's 5 to 5 and I am leaving the British Library to go and pick my daughter up from school. Wednesdays is the only day, as it happens, as it has worked out, that I drop her off in the morning and pick her up in the afternoon. So in a sense, for me, it feels like a very shortened day compared to other days. But as I said this morning, Wednesdays are also a reclaimed day for me, because I used to just hang out with her all day. And we did lots of fun stuff, so it was fine, but it wasn't a work day. So I had coffee with Freya for several hours, and that was really lovely. It's nice to catch up with people who are sort of understand where you are in life and in your career, and to people that can sort of empathize with you. So from that perspective, it was really good. And then I came up, I sent some emails that I have been putting off sending for a while, and I faffed around a little bit. I couldn't really get into anything else after that. So I just did some kind of bitsy admin work that needs to be done, but that when I'm in the mood to work, I put off. So from that point of view, a successful day. Did I get much done today? I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, so yes, on my way home, and then hopefully we'll get some more stuff done later. Okay, bye. I have had the kind of day where I have not meaningfully moved anything forward. I did do some good, I hope, I think, good editing of my research proposal. And the more and more I edit this proposal, the more I think I really, really, really want this job. And not just because it's a job and I need a job, but because, this research is incredible. And I really feel like I have a chance to contribute something to my field in a really interesting, intricate, methodologically sound way. So much more than what my PhD did. And I really hope that I have the opportunity to do that. So I think working on that early in the day and being really excited about that research hasn't helped me, because the rest of the day I have stopped and started and switched around from thing to thing and not really been able to get into anything. And I did some admin and stuff like that. So, I did things I needed to do, but I don't feel like either my Athena article or my book, the two big things that I'm working on at the moment, have moved forward in any meaningful way today. And I try every day to move forward on something, on achieving short, medium, and long-term goals. That is how I work. That is how I try and make things happen, by every day doing a little bit. And today I feel like I haven't done that. And do you know what? That's kind of okay, because those days happen. And it's hard, and it's demoralizing to go through days like this. But it's also more important for people who are without community. I know I spoke on Monday about feeling like I don't have a family. I'm not a part of a strong academic community. It can be even worse to have days like this because of the isolation. And you feel isolated on every front. And that's one of the reasons that I really love Twitter, because there is a community there. There's a community there that I can go to. I can chat with people who are in the same situation as I am, who have also had bad writing days, or people who, I have an emotional investment in, who've had great writing days, and I get to feel good about that. So I'm not going to do any more work tonight. It's 9:10. I'm not in the mood. I could try and flog some work out of myself, but it's not going to be good. So I may as well not do it. So I'm going to rest tonight. So I'm going to leave the vlog here, and I will check back in with you tomorrow for what will hopefully be a significantly more productive day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.